Hi everyone and welcome back to another new tutorial by Studio IC. This time it's not about Edge Animate but about Premiere Pro and After Effects and dynamic linking. We start off here in Premiere Pro. This is our editing tool, Adobe's editing tool, and as you can see I created the timeline and I stacked some clips from Denise on this timeline. Denise is my favorite model and we did a little test shoot in the woods near my house for a new brand of wooden sunglasses. And this is some of the material that I shot. So I created basically some sort of an edit on a timeline. Again, this is raw material and I didn't do much more than just take a couple of clips from my library of raw footage. This is the library of raw footage, and stack them together, and I'm pretending that this is my edit for this video. And the beauty of Premiere Pro obviously is that you can walk real time through all these clips. You can see exactly the things that you shot, you can see the transitions, you can see where a clip starts, where a clip ends, and obviously you can edit everything in the way you want it. You can do color correction, you can do almost everything, but one of the best things about After Effects is that you can create After Effects, which means you can manipulate all your files, all your project files in After Effects, and you can create great titles, intros, whatever, lower thirds. It's better, or it's more professional, or it gives you more opportunities to do this in After Effects. So what I like to do with this project is not only use Premiere Pro but also After Effects. And the beauty of this is that Adobe allows us by dynamic linking to choose which piece of software you like, and also to choose when you're going to work in which piece of software. So for example, in Premiere Pro we can see stuff real time, which is very nice, very handy. It gives you full control over timing, for example, and over the length of your clips. But if I like to have an intro in front of this clip, then I can do this in Premiere Pro. And the beauty of doing this in Premiere Pro is that it is all, again, real time. So I can determine the length of my intro easily in Premiere Pro. But the effects that I like for this intro are not in Premiere Pro. So that's what I like to do in After Effects. So let's start off with the title in Premiere Pro. Right here is a little icon, a new item, and we're going to start by a title, and we're going to go to this. The title is title number 6, and as you can see, if I scroll in the back on the timeline, you can see it all happening also in the title panel, which is very cool. But for this title I like to have a solid background, just the color black, that'll be enough, and I like to put some text on there. So here we go. We're gonna name this video a new sunglasses with Denise. Yeah, and it's all been shot in May 2014. Okay, select this, center it out, take the little arrow tool, make it a little bit smaller, and put it in the middle of our screen. That's what we like. Yeah, the font, I want to do something about the font. Then it's probably nice. Yeah, here we go. So this is basically our title, the title that we created in Premiere Pro. And as you can see, this whole title box, it's not very handy. It doesn't allow you to do exactly what you want to do. I mean, there needs to be some work done on this part of Premiere Pro, but it doesn't really matter because we're not going to use this title in our final render. We're going to use this title as some sort of a test title to see if we can get the exact length that we want for this title before our movie starts. So this is our title, and our title is stacked in our clips panel here, as you can see, and we're going to drag it onto the timeline. Well, it's over the first clip obviously, and it's even over a little small part of the second clip, so we don't want that. We basically want this to be all together. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all of them, and we're going to deselect the title, and we're going to move this to the side. There's a nice sticky function in Premiere Pro which allows us to get these clips lined up exactly behind each other. And now we're going to drag the title on the main timeline, which is cool. And well, it's time to determine how long our title will be. Here we go. New sunglasses with Denise, May 2014. Yeah, I think this is the length that I want, maybe a little bit more. So I'm gonna, excuse me, I'm gonna move this over. Here we go. Okay, so we got our title. It is our test title. new sunglasses with Denise, and there is Denise. Okay, well, to make this all more visible for us and see what we can do, it's good like this. Let's make a little transition on it, a cross dissolve at the beginning. So we start with a black screen, and there we go. Yeah. And in my final output, I think that I also want to have a transition here. So why not do it right now? See what happens. Yeah, new sunglasses with Denise. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied about the length of this intro. Now, the other thing that I like to have is a lower third. I think that's cool to have a lower third for my project. So I'm gonna again go back to this panel and create another title, and it's gonna be called Title 7, which is okay by me. And this is what I have. See, I'm on the other title. It's quite confusing. Now, this is the beauty of this little title element in Premiere Pro, that you can see through your title and you can see exactly what you are doing here. So I don't need a solid background, I just need a title. Yes, Denise, white glasses. That's going to be my title, and I like to have a little drop shadow there to make it all more clear. And this is my new title, lower third title. And we're going to put them on here, for example. So if we're looking at this, we got Denise with glasses, and put a little transition on there too. Cross dissolve and another cross dissolve. And now I'm very curious how long this is going to be. Denise with title with glasses. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it should be a bit longer, so we drag it up a little bit. So I did all the timing for my lower third and my intro title in Premiere Pro. But again, I'm not going to use both of these clips in my final output. I'm going to create these clips in After Effects. So for this project right now, I think the edit is okay, and it's time to move over to After Effects by dynamic linking. Well, the first thing you need to do is you got to find the clip you're working on, and in this case it's quite easy for me because this is the clip I'm working on. As you can see, dynamic linking test in PR in Premiere Pro. If you scroll over this little clip, you can get a very nice preview of all the things happening there. Very, very cool. And we're going to go to After Effects. After Effects is empty. I just open it up, downloaded the latest versions of both pieces of software, the CC 2014 versions of After Effects and Premiere. After Effects is open. We're not going to do anything. We're going to go to Premiere Pro, and we're going to move Premiere Pro to the side so we can see the project folder of the After Effects software, and we're going to drag our clip into the project folder. That's it. Now our complete project is in our After Effects folder, which gives us full control over our project and gives us all the opportunities and all the possibilities that we can have in After Effects. Now we're going to create a movie clip out of this, or a composition, I have to say. A movie clip is something that you do in Flash, I'm sorry. A composition in there, and there is my composition. Within that composition is the dynamic folder, the dynamic link to the project. As you can see, it's basically, it doesn't really matter where you start off. You can use it in both pieces of software if you want to. So this is what I have. Now I can do some funky stuff with this, some funky After Effects stuff. As you can see, I got my project here, and I'm going to duplicate my project, and I'm going to create an overlay for it, which changes the complete look of the video. And I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to make a screen. I'll make it a little bit lighter, and I'll duplicate this again and make this a multiply. And that's too dark, so I'm going to put the transition down, or the opacity down, I'm sorry, to let's say 50%. 50, I want 50. 50%. And now I have already done some coloring stuff, basic coloring stuff in After Effects, which is obviously very, very cool. But one of the things I've noticed is that this clip, the running clip, is not as bright as the rest. So I would like to have this, well, spice this up a little so that it connects more with the rest of the clips. Again, it's all raw material. I didn't do any color correction on it, so this is pretty basic stuff. But I like to do this in Premiere Pro because it's one small clip in this timeline, and if I'm gonna do this in After Effects, it's gonna be complicated. You have to do stuff and you have to break it down and you have to make keyframes and all that. Not necessary. We're not gonna do this. We're gonna go back to Premiere Pro and we're gonna find this clip. First of all, we're gonna move them over to this side here. And where is that clip? This is the clip we're talking about. You know, this is nice material, it's more green, there's more yellow in there, and this one is a little bit flat, so we're going to use it. We're going to use some color correction to fix this. See what we can do. Video, get it up, yes. In the color correction tab under video effects, we're going to go for the three-way color correction. That's a cool one. Put it over there, and back here is the effects control panel for the clip that we're talking about. And we get this three-way color correction tool here. I'm not going to use much of it, but you know, I'm going to do something with saturation. Let's see what happens. See, it's a little bit, it's more greenish now. That's cool. Fits more with that. A little bit in the shadows, probably. Let's see if that's happening for us. Yeah, it'll work fine. Highlights. Give it a little bit more. Well, that's basically all I want to do for it now. I don't even want to use all these great panels here, which gives you the opportunity to do very funky stuff. I'm going to show you very quickly. As you can see, you know, you can do a lot of stuff with this, but it's not necessary for this. This is okay. It's more green, it's not as flat as it used to be, so this is exactly what we want. Okay. That's nice. And there was something else that I would like to change. Let's see what I have. What do we have here? Yeah, she's looking there. That's good. That's good. Okay. Yeah. I rolled through it. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, I want to do something with this clip here. She's looking back there and yeah, make it a little bit smaller. Here we go. Make it smaller. There we go. So this is it. Yeah, that's nice. That's better. So I changed a bit on the on a couple of clips, and I just did a little bit of color correction. Now it's time to save this. Here we go. I just saved it, and well, you wouldn't believe it, but really it's true. If we going back to After Effects, you can see that it took over everything that I did. You see? It's corrected. All the things are in there. Very nice. So what I did was I changed something in Premiere Pro, saved it, and because of the dynamic linking, the whole project is changed and saved in After Effects also. You're not working with software, but you're working with a project, and you are just talking to this project with different pieces of software. That's the basic idea of dynamic linking. Now, let's take this a step further. We got this intro here, and we want to change this intro because, well, you know, it's nice. So we're going to search for the end. This is the end of the intro. So right here, and I want to have an After Effects intro on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new composition, new composition. Here we go. I'm going to call this title. Or intro is probably better, right? Intro title. Whatever. And we're going to see the length of this. This is 418, so we're going to go to 420. This is 420. That's okay. A couple of seconds long. We got our first composition in After Effects, and we're going to use this for the intro title. First of all, we're going to make a background color. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, it's almost black, which is good. A background color layer, and we have to have some texts in here. So there we go. Yes, new sunglasses with Denise. Nice. Make it a little bit bigger. Say 120 would be good. Oh, excuse me, 120, and we're going to move it over to the middle of our project. Here we go. And we're going to duplicate this one also because we need that May thing in there. Here we go. It was all done in May 2014. Make this a bit smaller, say 80 pixels. would be good. Here we go. So again, this is pretty rough. I'm not going to make a very fancy intro here, but it gives me the opportunity to explain to you what you can do with After Effects and not with Premiere Pro. We're going to use some effects for this. That would be good, I guess. I saw something nice happening here, which was blur and sharpen. I don't know, it was something with train or something. Bullet train, yeah, that's it. For text, in the text, blurs the bullet train. That was cool. We're at the beginning of our timeline and we're going to use it on the new sunglasses with Denise layer. Here we go. So as you can see, it's all going to come in like this. Oh, there's a little typo in there. Let's change that immediately. With Denise, that's what we like. Okay, May 14 has to come in a little bit later, so we're going to sit right here and we're going to use the same effect again, the bullet train, and drag it into the layer for May 14. Now as you can see, it's coming in there and there it is. That's a very basic but very cool After Effects effect, which is not available in Premiere Pro, but I like to use this in my project. So basically I created my own first title here in After Effects. We're going to go back to the project itself and we're going to drag this intro over here. Here we go. Yes, this is good. This is good. Okay, create some transitions in there. Would be nice to do this. Yeah, this one needs to go, and this one needs to go. There we go. So we got our first title. Same goes for the lower third, obviously. So we're going to make a new composition. And we're going to call this lower third. Wait a second. I need to make a new composition. Yes. Lower 1, for example. That'll be good. It shouldn't be too long. Well, 4:2 is okay. And what we like to do is to turn on our grid so we can see what we're doing. Title and action save. As you can see, you get all these lines here, so you know where to put your text in a action save position so that everybody can see this no matter on which screen they're looking at, your little lower third. And here we go for the lower third. Denise with glasses is our lower third. There we go. Put them in here. That would be the good position for it. And I like to have a drop shadow underneath those letters because they will blend in the background if I'm not doing a drop shadow. This is the drop shadow. Here we go. Put it on. You don't see anything. It's a transparent composition with just a piece of text in there. And we're going to go back to our projects and back to our project files. And this is lower 1. I'm going to drag lower 1 over here. And let's see where this all starts. Denise with glasses. Yeah, it starts there. This is the full transition, so that's okay. Opacity there, and when I'm not sure, it goes up until there, so we have to make him bigger. Yeah, make him a bit bigger. That's possible. There's no problem at all. Composition settings, it is 4. Let's make him 5. See what happens. I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's longer. Don't forget to drag your timeline out there. Oh, excuse me. Do it as well. Here we go. Denise with glasses. Back to our project, and we can make it longer. This is the end of it, so we already knew that. And this is where it is still 100%. So there we go with the transparency. And this is going to flow down to the 0 point here and to the 0 point there. Yeah, okay. And we need to do some effects on here because it's going to fade in with the bullet train, which is nice. Type in train. There we go, the bullet train. And so this is what's going to happen. Absolutely. Denise with glasses. Nice, 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 nice. As you can see, I'm doing this all very roughly, and the effects that I use in After Effects are not that spectacular, but it gives you an idea about what you can do with After Effects and what you can do with Premiere Pro. So this is basically all well set and done, but as you can see, the titles that I used, the test titles that I used in Premiere Pro are still in our project, and I don't want to have those titles no more because I fixed it all and I created my own After Effects titles. So let's go back to Premiere and get rid of all these title stuff. Here we go. Goodbye and goodbye again. There's a source. Save this project and go back to After Effects. And as you can see, it is all gone. It's all After Effects titles from here on. Very, 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 very cool. Very nice. Now, what if I want to do something funky? What if I want to do something with color correction in Premiere Pro? Why not? I mean, we're just playing around, aren't we? Select the whole deal here and say, you know, I want a total different look on this video clip. So I'm going to go to my effects panel here and I'm going to do Lumetri looks, and these are a couple of presets that are created in After Effects or in Premiere Pro, especially for you, and we can do funky stuff with this. We can make this all beautiful. What if we're, well, let's see what we can do. Dreams. Yeah, dreams is cool. Oh, let's do something extreme here. Let's make it all green. Here we go. Look at that. See, he's walking through the forest, the green forest. There you go. Wow, that's great. Some psychedelic kind of movie this is going to be. Save it all up and go back to After Effects, and after some calculation, this is what happens. So all the colors that you created in Premiere Pro are in After Effects as well. So basically for you, it is up to you to decide what you're going to do in which editor. For example, I don't think this layer needs to come there, and this one can go also. This is the original footage, and put some screen on there, that would be good. And this one, so I just basically disabled one layer, the overlay layer of my project. So you can work in both pieces of software and it doesn't really matter how or what you're going to do. Dynamic linking between Premiere Pro and After Effects. Now, for export, we got our media exporter, which is a separate piece of software in the Adobe suite, and you can export as easily from After Effects as you can export it from Premiere. So it doesn't matter where you want to end. In this case, I'm ending in After Effects. You can go to your file and say export and add to Adobe Media Encoder Q. No problem at all.